Here we are again on a Sunday.
What time is in your part of the world?
Too late as always, but not too late to chat to you. Sam McKinston, CCO at DDB in Melbourne, and Pablo, you've got a new job.
I got a new job. Can I say global head of creative at Dyson, which is where I am. Very much enjoying it.
One of the world's most iconic brands, soon to be doing some iconic advertising, so I can't wait. Speaking of iconic brands, though, tell me why you like this Instagram Anyway campaign.
Well, I mean, it's worth putting a little bit of context on the project. It is a huge advertising campaign for the 15th anniversary of Instagram. It's called Anyway, and it's created by Uncommon and directed by Autumn De Wild. And basically, I love the strategy first. I think for everyone that thinks that Instagram is all about the vanity, it's about looking for the likes, it's all about putting yourself in the world so you receive the love of everyone else. No. This is about something that much more introspective. It's about overcome self-doubt. It's about giving creators the possibility to put their work out there. I think it's executed in a way that is on point. And if you want, maybe we can watch it and talk about it.
Let's watch it.
I'm Trinity, and I'm born and raised in the Bronx. So my biggest thing is I seek validation from other people. Whether it's trying to impress my friends or posting stuff online. Like, what if I put myself out there and people don't like it? But I like it, though.
You just answered everything you just said. Like, I like it so much that folks won't change how I feel about it. It's just that feeling inside where you just like, I know what I need to do, and you cannot lose that spark.
But I feel like in real life, it's hard to really not care what people think, like, you know.
You have to be the trailblazer. You have to be the one to go west for the goal. But also, leaving a bit of grace in there for yourself to mess up. You gotta be okay with looking crazy. Always put you first. Because at the end of the day, when you in the room by yourself, do you like it?
I post on my story, I be rewatching my story like, I hit that.
And you never know who's looking. You never know who is looking.
That was the film, and it's not just that. They have done a pretty good work creating these visuals and partnering with some of the most interesting creators of these last years, like Tyler, the Creator, Rosalia, Nadia Lee Cohen, and many others. What do you think about it?
So Pablo, no, I don't really like it. I mean, it looks beautiful. The out of home in particular is look really clean and nice, but I do think it's just a bit lazy. The strategy is exactly what I'd kind of expect them to do, knowing that they're losing creators and they're losing kind of influencers creating for TikTok first and then Instagram hopefully second. So they have to go after, I think this is their audience and this is kind of their mission or their brief. But then they've done it in a way that's just, I don't know, it just doesn't make me really give a crap, to be honest. I think Tyler, the Creator, they chose him because he's got creator in the name. And I think some of the other choices are just lazy too. I just don't think there's any magic to it, or there's nothing entertaining. I just don't really care. And the visuals are beautiful in the out of home. That's definitely my favorite bit. And these are some influencers and creators that I really love as well, like Nadia Lee Cohen. But it doesn't actually tell me any of that story in out of home unless I've seen that film and connect it with those pictures. I just go, it's just a celebrity campaign for Instagram. That's it, and there's nothing more to it than that.
I think it's more than that. You are seeing some of these people that had been prominent artists in Instagram, and it's also done in a way that only Instagram can do it, and especially because on the art direction, that sort of idea of pressing the create button in Instagram, it makes that visual not only just a celebrity posting next to a logo, but having an active role in the platform. To be honest, that is strategy. I agree that it's a little bit defensive. TikTok is growing like crazy, and they need to get back to the creators. That sort of level of idea about having the big creator talking with the kids and talking about, and that is not just about the likes, that is all about proving it to yourself and to no one else. It is something that I haven't seen from a social media platform before, in a way that feels a little bit more significant and a little bit more human. And I know that they are releasing some tools for creators to be able to put themselves out there without showing their creation first to their followers, to see if people like the content, but without showing it to their friends first. They are actually creating things and techniques and tools to really, really help creators to be out there. So
Yeah, well, maybe they should have made an ad about those.
Well,
I feel like if the brief, I do like its simplicity again, and I think they've done a good job to not move past the idea. I think they had after about 4 minutes of work, and they went, "That's the one. We'll stick with that idea and not dilute it." So there is some absolute respect in that, but it's like when we're talking about just how much of the logo, how much can you strip out of that out of home and still make it make any sense? It nearly just makes sense, but I don't get any of that story of doubt and confidence and just kind of keep creating from that out of home at all. And then the film kind of bores me to tears. It's good to disagree for a change.
Well, shall we? If you dislike that, then we have to compare it with another campaign, this big out of home that is going to feel quite familiar because it uses some familiar technique in order to talk about Twitter, especially the hashtag. This is the Camp Grand Prix in outdoor in 2017, and it was for the social media network formerly known as Twitter. And what do you think about that? Because there's a lot of similarities.
I like it so much more. One, because it came first. Two, because it's obviously reflecting moments that happened that year, and it does it in a way that is, I think, just has a much clearer message, which is if you're having a conversation about this legend passing away or this rivalry between Trump and Hillary, if you're having a conversation about these things, the place to have that conversation is on Twitter. And I think that's really clear, and they do that with the hashtag and their logo, and that's it. And there's no doubting who that's for. It's beautiful, and it tells me a message, and I actually care about it, and I still have to decipher it for a second, sure, if I'm driving past in the car, but I like that, and it reinforces what Twitter is amazing at, and there's nothing about the Instagram campaign that makes me think it's going to be better at those things than TikTok.
Oh, Twitter was so great, wasn't it?
It was.
It was. There's so much to talk about in this campaign, from the amazing billboards of how they displayed one next to the other based on the news that they want to talk about, the simple use of the hashtag that make it as honorable as the Instagram campaign. And also, there's something to say about maybe this is just me, there's something to say about the timelessness of that sort of big celebrity from before, don't you think? Muhammad Ali, incredible picture, black and white. There's something to say about those pictures that reach some kind of an iconic nature that is difficult to reach with contemporary influencers or creators, don't you think?
Yeah, and very difficult when you're obviously having to show the story of people that are relevant as creators, not just relevant as icons in other artistic fields, potentially. So that's the good campaign. Well, we both like that one, but we should talk about, I think it has been dubbed one of the worst ads of all time. As you said, it was completely hidden by the agency after launch for good reason. Should we have a look?
There you go. Are you sitting down?
I've got my chair.
Chairs. Chairs are made so that people can sit down and take a break. Anyone can sit on a chair, and if the chair is large enough, they can sit down together and tell jokes, or make up stories, or just listen. Chairs are for people, and that is why chairs are like Facebook. Doorbells, airplanes, bridges. These are things people use to get together, so they can open up and connect about ideas and music and other things that people share. Dance floors, basketball, a great nation. A great nation is something people build so they can have a place where they belong. The universe. It is vast and dark and makes us wonder if we are alone. So maybe the reason we make all of these things is to remind ourselves that we are not.
What the hell were they thinking? I'm
I
not.
want to know, Pablo, what they were smoking.
When I saw it, I was thinking, what the hell is that? And the thing about it is that it's very, very well produced. It's very well done. It's kind of right in a way that all the logic makes sense. But it reached such philosophical height that you're like, are you okay? Do you need to talk?
Yeah. I mean, along the way, the journey makes sense, but then it's talking about Facebook. So you're going, hang on, Facebook is like a chair and all connection is like a chair. It's like, well, God, if I'm sitting on a chair and it's selling me hundreds of ads a day and exposing me to people that I have no interest in seeing because they're 2 degrees of connection away from someone else in the algorithm that's like me, that's like something, that's a terrible chair and it's a terrible ad, but it is beautifully shot. So in some ways, I don't think it's much worse than the Instagram one. I actually think some of the shots are even nicer composed. I mean, it does look way, way nicer.
We can live like that. But I'm gonna give you an option to leave, which is imagining the call between Dan Wyden and Mark Zuckerberg. Let's imagine that and say, like, shall we forget that all of this happened? Well, I think that was a very enjoyable set of work from the social media behemoths of the time, and hope you have an awesome week, Psembe.
You too, Pablo. Talk again soon.